examples, one that comes up a lot for clients is that, they need to be gentle with themselves. They need to be mindful of their inner dialogue, their inner thoughts, what they're saying about themselves. And so that's work, because that's going to be consistent awareness of, okay, so Tanya's not talking to me. She worked with me yesterday. Now, okay, today I'm thinking I kind of suck, and I'm thinking I'm not confident, and I don't believe that I can be good at something. And I've got these thoughts going through my mind telling me I'm not good enough. And so am I aware of those thoughts, and I'm catching them, and I'm bringing in higher thoughts, because that was the wisdom in the message, was to catch them and not judge yourself, but just to go, oh, I was just thinking a low vibrational thought. Okay, instead of thinking I suck at this, I'm going to think a new thought. My new thought is, I am getting better and better at this every day. I am more open, I am receptive, and I am getting better every day. And so I just did that. Good. I'm going to write that in my journal. So that would be doing your work. Or it could be, doing some of the exercises that are encouraged, like clearing the heart chakra and writing out a list of people that you need to forgive and that you need to release energetically. If you hear these messages, because I've worked with clients that will come and they are listening, they're writing it down. I say, okay, good luck to you, and let me know if you have any questions. Call me anytime. And then I'll see them like a week later, and they're like glowing and beaming and like, Tanya, oh my God, I can't believe how much has changed. Like, I did everything you said. I went home and I wrote that, and I was, every day at the end of the day, I was writing 5 things I was grateful for, and I was just focused on the positive, and I was clearing out all that stuff that felt heavy, and I feel amazing, and all these miracles have been happening, and I'm just excited when I hear this from clients, because it shows me they listened to the messages, which means they honored the angels, they honored themselves, they honored me for giving them that assistance, and they are thriving because of it. Now, a client that doesn't listen, they come in and they're like, okay, that was kind of a magical experience. Okay, what time is it? All right, I got to go. And then they're going to go out with their friends or whatever. They don't really go back and reflect and do their inner work. They just kind of come to me and they're entertained for a couple hours. They hear the messages, maybe kind of they touch them and they're like little seeds dropped, but they don't really take those and go process them. So a client like that might come and they just, come see me, and then they go back to their life and they go right back to complaining, right back to hanging out with the misaligned people in their life. They didn't do the work. They didn't listen to the messages. And then maybe I see them a year later and they're like, Tanya, my life still sucks. I think I need to come see you for another clearing. I don't know. It's just nothing changes for me. And then I've got to do that work on this session of telling them, from what I'm seeing and sensing in you, your angels are showing me you've shifted nothing. And so are you ready to do your work? Are you ready to be very mindful of every aspect of your life? And are you ready to do the work of clearing all the things that are not working for you? Are you ready to stop spending your money on drugs and start spending your money on health? Are you ready to stop saying that you don't have enough and start calling in your angels and asking them for assistance, thanking them for it? Are you ready to start believing in yourself and going for the career of your dreams? Or are you going to stay in that job that you hated last year, and now we're here talking about it again? Or it could be, are you going to actually leave that relationship that you know is no longer serving you? Or are you going to stay paralyzed in fear and then tell yourself that you're confused another year, maybe 5 years? And so this is what I mean by doing your work. There's very, very detailed guidance that will come through in sessions that I'm with clients. And a lot of times they're amazed of what I will tell them and how detailed it really is. But the ones who listen to that and journal it and get in there and they start processing it, and they're very aware of what they need to work on, and they're not making any more excuses. They are done suffering, and they're paying me money to come and work on this stuff, and they want the help, they want the shift. They're the ones that will experience amazing miracles. But the ones who come and they just want to complain, they just want someone to go complain to, and then they're going to go right back to their misaligned living, and then complain about how they're still, having misery, well, you're not going to really get much of a noticeable shift if you don't do your work. So I hope that answers that question, what I mean by doing your work.
I think so.
Okay. Any other questions coming
yes.
through? What?
She says yes, he did.
Awesome. Okay. So I actually drew an animal spirit card today. And it's actually not an animal, but the animal spirit cards there's like the elements as well as the animals. And it's the secret language of animal oracle cards. I'll hold that up in case anybody's interested in getting a hold of this. It's by Chip Richards. And the one that I drew today is the air card. And it's a feather. And this is the one I drew for all of you listening. This may have a message in it for you. So just kind of close your eyes and listen and just be receptive to the words of spirit through this message. So air, thought, alignment, breath, intention. Air is everywhere, subtle, invisible, yet intimately woven into every step of our journey. Our first breath marks our life's beginning, and our last honors our passing to the other side. In between, our personal exchange with air is constant, about 26,000 breaths a day, and impacts the function of our body, our state of mind, and virtually every aspect of our being. To the Intuit on the north, the air spirit is a kind and beneficial spirit who controls the rhythms of the seas, the skies, and the wind. To the Aztecs of Mexico, the wind god puffs the sun and moon into motion. To the Chinese, air is the purified essence of qi, or life force. In India, we find prana, the sacred breath of life. And to Native Americans, wind is a great living force that has always whispered secret messages and guidance to those with open hearts and ears to hear. All beings are intimately connected with the energy of air. One powerful way the air reveals itself is through its influence on other elements. In the water realm, the air currents create waves on the ocean's surface and travel and build for thousands of miles before rising to the great climax and breaking on the shore. To fire, air is the lifeline of every flame, with equal power to expand and extinguish. On Earth, air carries seeds, scents, bird songs, and mating calls. Air builds and destroys dunes, chisels canyons, and allows light beams and spider webs to cross vast spaces to reach their destination. In the wood realm, air makes music as it moves through the trees, pollinating and exchanging vital plant essences and allowing the lungs of our planet to breathe. The Latin word for breathe, spirare, is given rise to words such as aspire, inspire, perspire, and spirit, all of which speak to the essence of this great gift to our world. The message. Have you ever had the experience of concentrating on something so intensely that you forgot to breathe? Eventually, your body reaches its limit, and you realize, consciously or unconsciously, that in all of your focus to achieve, you have been denying yourself a fundamental element needed to reach your aim. So think about that one, the work, rather than allow. In an instant, you draw a breath, and with it comes a wave of renewed energy and life force to inspire your endeavor. Air comes to you now with an invitation to open yourself to receive such a wave of energy and inspiration in your life. By taking conscious responsibility for your thoughts as the creative architecture of your world, air calls you into the realm of the mind with the reminder that thinking is much like breathing. We do it constantly, but often automatically, reactively, with very little conscious attention to how it is impacting our experience. So this would be right there, confirmation of conscious thought, higher choices, compared to automatic thought, egoic thought. It's just habitual thinking from conditioning. So that's kind of what I feel that was the nudge about. When we bring our attention to our breath, we ignite a positive source of energy that ripples through our entire being. When we consciously choose our thoughts, we awaken an invisible power to transform our world. If you are not happy with what you are seeing, then look first to the thoughts and silent meditations that may be contributing to this outcome. So if right now you're looking out of the eyes and you see your world that you've created and it is not what you want, you need to be mindful of the thoughts. The silent meditations is the unconscious thinking that is co-creating your experience. And start being more conscious and more set your intention with mindfulness. See what happens. Before you run around trying to change what the outside of your world looks like, take time to choose thoughts that will support your true desire internally. Call upon the element of air, and through your breath, you will awaken new visions and perspective to guide your steps. We are always creating something with our thoughts. What do you choose to create today? What will you breathe into being? Find a quiet place where the air is fresh and clean. Open yourself to the sacred whispers and messages in the wind as it shares its message with you today. With clarity comes great power. And the affirmation, if you want to write this down, is Spirit of Air, purify my thoughts and my intentions. To inspire the pathway of my highest visions, I am one with the breath of life. And I'll read it one more time in case anybody is trying to write that really quick. Spirit of Air, purify my thoughts and my intentions. To inspire the pathway of my highest visions, I am one with the breath of life.
Oh, yes.
So that's a great place to end there. And I just want to thank you all for listening and for listening to the wind and being still and mindful this week. That is the assignment from the angels for you all, is to be more consciously aware of your own thinking and to be more consciously aware of if you are in alignment and in your power, in your center, or if you are an ego, and to simply choose to shift to the space that you desire to be. It's really not that hard. It's intention. It's just setting an intention and setting that shift to come over into that space of alignment rather than be in fear and in lack. So I wish you all the best. I am offering a special for angel readings for May and June. If any of you would like to receive angel readings or soul coaching over the phone or Skype, I'm offering buy a session, get a session half off. And so if any of you want to use both of them for yourself, you can, or you can gift one to a loved one. And with the soul coaching, I encourage that if you're really wanting amazing shifts in your life, do the work, contact me, and buy a package of sessions so that you can work several times and watch what shifts for you. If you're ready to do your work and you're ready to have amazing transformation, don't put it off any longer. Actually take the time, make the call, and claim your space to shift. And I will happily guide and assist you. So I thank you all for tuning in today, and I wish you an amazing week that is free of ego. And let's imagine the planet, all of us with our set intentions of each of us living in our authentic truth, living in our passion and our light and with our purpose. And imagine the world we're creating when we dare to do that and we dare to give that gift to ourselves. So thank you all for listening and have a blessed day. Go follow me on my YouTube channel so you can watch all the shows and share them with your friends. Namaste.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. Our weekly lineup of call-in programs includes Computers 2K Now with Amnon Nissan, Help In with Debbie Brooke, Breaking Free with Marilyn Shannon, Lessons of Vietnam with NCVVI members, The Tanya Love Show, Reawaken Your Brilliance with Julie